Welcome to the Wander Podcast. I'm your host, Gracie Hins. If you're new here, we're a podcast dedicated to sharing the stories of the outdoors, including athletes, creatives, and anyone in between. Today, we have a little bit of a different format for you all. We have a fully recorded live in-person conversation. So if you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, then you have full access to this on the platform. I also have a co-host, Sofia Schugar. I interviewed Sofia a couple of weeks ago, and so if you haven't listened to that episode, make sure to check it out. Today, I have a conversation with Ansel, the creator of Couchview. And if you are not sure what Couchview is, I would urge you to just pause this and go on Instagram and look it up. Without sharing too much, we dive into the origin stories of Couchview, what it really is, and everything that has to do with it, including potentially some exciting Couchview on the road this next year. So, without further ado, I hope that you enjoy this episode, and here it is. Okay. This is the question that I ask every single person at the beginning of the pod.
Okay.
But you have to tell everyone who you are and what do you spend your time doing.
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Ansel. I spend most of my time sitting on the couch, watching professional cycling and videotaping my TV screen and then making short brain rot edits for that. That probably takes up 99% of my time these days. The other 1% I spend biking.
Okay,
myself.
beautiful. And then Sophia, you're going to have to introduce yourself.
I guess I'm Sophia. I spend my time riding my bike, and Ansel's recording me from his TV while I'm riding my bike.
Exactly.
Just kidding. I already have a question for Ansel. Ansel, you're spending 99% of your time on the couch. What were you doing before that?
That's a great question. Thanks for asking. I was actually working at Apple as a software engineer on the iCloud team, so building apps that nobody uses, like Mail and Calendar. And then I would spend some of my time on the volume up button as well. But
I heard it was 99% of your time was spent on the volume.
Yeah, well, it's a big feature. You know, a lot of people like turning the volume up. And so that was a big part of my life. But for the last 6 months or so, I felt like I wasn't being fulfilled and I needed to cut off. And so 3 weeks ago, I quit my job and went full in on Couchview Productions and filming my TV screen. So now that's the 99%.
Okay, I feel like I need more on this volume up button.
Okay.
What does that mean?
You see, there's two buttons.
Down? That one's the volume up button.
But were you the one that was you were designing?
No, you had a whole team.
Yeah, I had a whole team behind me.
Okay.
No, it's actually a joke. I was just on Calendar and Mail. But Sophia likes to think that I was on the volume up button. That's what she tells everyone. So now it's just kind of a running joke within our friend circle that all I did was work on volume up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the beginnings of Couchview.
Okay.
Please walk me through the entire story of how did you come up with the idea and from then until now?
Yeah.
Just give the whole rundown.
So it actually started back in February. I was in Joshua Tree at my bike team's training camp. And one night we took a bunch of mushrooms and we were watching cyclocross on the TV. And I just started filming because I was making a weekend edit just for my friends. I was I'll include part of the TV of us watching bike racing as part of it. And I was looking at the pixels on the screen and I'm like, whoa, this looks so cool on my phone. So then I went back that night and just filmed some other races. And I was like, oh, this is sick. Fast forward a month later, I'm watching Strade Bianche on my TV. And I FaceTime a friend because I wanted to show them oh, this is so sick. These rolling hills of Tuscany. And so I put my phone up to the TV and started zooming in on Tade and Tom Pidcock. And then Tade has that crazy crash. And I was just kind of learning video editing at the time just for other channels. And so I went into CapCut and just played around with Tade crashing. I made him go back and forward and back and forward. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I had another clip of Tom attacking. And so then I cut Tom out of the picture and then had him come through the screen. I was like, whoa, this looks super sick. And then I found some German trap music that was this could go really hard with this. And so then I just spent the next 3 hours throwing it all together. And I was like, I've never seen anything like this in myself. So I was like, maybe some other people would like it. And so I posted it on Instagram and got 40 likes or something. I just posted on my own account. And I thought it was kind of cool. Some people came up to me and were like, oh, that was a cool video. And then the next week was Paris-Nice and Torino-Adriatico, which are 2 7-day stage races in Europe. And I made basically an edit for every stage of that race. And that's when overnight it felt thousands of people started following my personal account. And I was like, I don't really want to get tied to my own personal name, this stuff that's not really me. And so I'm every caption of the video, I was here's my couch view of Strade Bianche. Here's my couch view of Paris-Roubaix. So I'm like, okay, let me create an own channel called Couch View and see if like people would come over there and keep watching the videos. And so, yeah, it was like stage like 4 of the Giro. I was like, all right, now is the time. So I created a new account. And then after that, it just kind of like took a life of its own. And I can't stop. I'm actually really addicted to making them. It's so much fun. It's been like the best creative outlet for me because I just like am inherently very like fidgety, and like I always need something to like occupy my hands and time and eyes and attention. And so, yeah, it's been quite a journey, but that's kind of how it all started at the beginning.
How long does it take to like edit each video?
Well, the long part is just watching the race, because like there are all these highlights you can watch on YouTube that are like 10 minutes, 20 minutes or whatever. But what I want to capture in the video are the things that are not picked up by mainstream highlight videos. So like fun costumes in the crowd that like fans have. It could be like 130K to the finish, so it's not going to get picked up on any of the highlight reels. So like watching the race probably takes like 3 hours, because I mean races are long. And so I'm like filming along with the race, and then if it's a clip that I really like, I put it into the editing software and make sure that I like use that later. And so I kind of like build the story as the race is unfolding, and then at the finish I get like the big things of part of the race. So the last like 15 seconds of every video, it's like the actual storyline of the race of what unfolded. And so then after the race is over, I kind of lock in and get everything out. I pick the song first, because that's the most important part. So like I know what song I'm gonna use before I start editing, and then I build the whole video around the music. And so the editing probably takes anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. So it'll be like a whole, all in all, probably like 6 hours on some of the videos. Like I remember my Paris-Roubaix video, that was the first one that went viral. It got like, I don't know, like 100,000 views, which I thought was a lot for me. And I mean, it still is a lot. And that one took like a solid 6 hours. I remember getting back from Sea Otter and working on it all night. Like I was up till like 3 a.m. I was like, this is gonna be the sick one. I just knew it. And then, yeah, I mean, I've gotten better at editing. It's gotten a little bit more efficient, but also like I find new and better ways to like present the media. And so it always kind of changes, but yeah, it can be a long time, but it feels like no time at all because I love it. Go ahead.
That was your longest one, but what was your favorite one?
Oh, my favorite one. You know, I think my favorite one that I made is for a good mutual friend of ours, Cassia. She won a race in Spain over the summer, and it was not very televised. I mean, like they had some like loose live streams on these like secondary Spanish media channels, but I found a decent stream on some website, and I made a video for her and then like posted it the next morning, and she like sent me this really long message, like how much it meant to for her to like get a couch view video, because like there's just not a lot of media attention to these smaller races. So I think like making that one for a friend was really special. So yeah,
I remember that one.
Shout out Cassia.
I cried. And
you did?
It wasn't, yeah, it was so, it was like emotional, especially when you know the rider and like,
yeah.
But I guess that's what attracts me to your forum. So I get a lot more excited about the women's races. What would you say, like, what do you think about your style and what you're capturing attracts your audience? Because it's not just a race recap, but like, what do you think you're telling people, or what's like the vibe that you're giving off?
Yeah, I think that any race can be exciting. Like any flat sprint stage can be exciting. Any random gravel race in the middle of nowhere can be exciting if told the right way. And I don't think that many mainstream channels are showing these races in a very fun and exciting way that captures people's attention. I think also there's a lot more to cycling than the actual bike racing. I think like the nature that they go through, the culture of the people around them that these races go through is just as important as the actual racing itself. And so I like to try to convey that in what I'm doing. And it seems like people also like that. Also like it's, no hiding the fact that people's attention spans are quite shit these days. And so by creating something that hooks someone in 4 seconds, by just like having some crazy like visual that like can suck them in, they'll stay for 30 seconds. And I think that's a good amount of time to show off a bike race. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess you have some plans to go like Couch View live this next year.
Yeah.
Do you have a strategy? Are we going to get live footage from these races? Or are you're going to watch the race all day, head home, and then edit for us? Or like, what's your strategy heading into next year?
It's a great question. That is the plan. I want to go to Europe next season and watch some of these races in real life. Bring my inflatable couch with me. Even if it takes 2 hours to blow it up, I'll be there on the side of the Koppenberg or, you know, on the cobbles of Paris-Roubaix. But the tentative plan is to go for a couple months and film some of the races in real life from the sidelines, interview some of the fans, because I think like the most exciting part about cycling sometimes are the fans that are watching it, and we don't hear their voices enough. So I want to talk to the people who are actually on the ground going to these races. And then, yeah, I'll go back to my couch at home, film it from the TV, and kind of mix it together. So like there'll be some live action, but the majority will still be from my screen. Because I think what's special about Couch View, it's like anyone can have this view. Like you don't have to go to the races to experience a race like this. You can just turn on your TV. And so I don't want to go too much into like filming the race in real life because there are companies that do that already. My thing is just from the couch of your TV, anyone can have this experience. And so.
Yeah. Well, and are there, I mean, I feel like I've seen like influencers like going and following the races, but I don't feel like their videos are necessarily like that interesting. And so like what, I don't know, like, is there anybody else that's doing like the crazy cuts of races, like what you're kind of envisioning for next year?
Well, it's kind of funny that you say that because like after I started making the videos, like this was during the Tour de France, they started posting reels that were like trying to, I didn't say this, but people were commenting on the Tour de France reels, like tagging Couch View, like Couch View did it first, or it'd be like quick cuts. And then there was this one of like Tade that they like, no hate on the ASO and the Tour de France, but it looked like shit where they tried to like cut him out and like have him come through the screen like I do, but it didn't land on the beat. It didn't look that sick. And I was like, it's cool that they're trying this. So I've seen like the media teams of the Tour, the Giro, the Vuelta try to make videos like I'm doing. But
they're not putting 5 hours into it.
They're not putting 5 hours in it. They have some intern. They're like, all right, go chop up some footage that we have. Here you go. But then they have all the media rights. So it's like, they're getting a lot of views because it's like, they have the following. So yeah, it's not art, you know, not yet, but, yeah, to answer your question though, I feel like there's not too many people doing stuff like this. So
will you sell out? ASO comes to you?
Shit, I mean, no, never. The couch never sells out. All right.
The couch never sells out. Okay.
We stay true to the roots. Grassroots organization.
If you catch this guy dropping edits for the TDF for the UCI, you refer back to this.
It's not me. I've been kidnapped and held at gunpoint to do it.
Okay.
Mark my words.
So you have your couch out there.
Yeah.
Realistically, who's the first rider you can get on the couch?
Well, I mean, the first rider.
One.
Okay, the first rider I can get on the couch is probably Harry Sweeney. Shout out, Big Rig. He's kind of been my day one. He picked me up early on. Back in when I first started this, he just DM'd me on Instagram and was like, "Hey man, like, could you make some intros for my vlog?" He has like a vlog he comes out with. He's a rider for EF Education First. If people don't know. And so I started making intros for his vlog series on YouTube, and he would like shout me out in the videos, and like that garnered a lot of attention. And since then we've collaborated on a t-shirt and some other videos that I make for his Instagram account. So I think he's the person I have the most rapport with in the pro peloton. So I think Harry would be a cool guy to have on the couch. So if you're watching Australia, if you're going to be there at the Tour Down Under, love to have you on the couch, Harry.
And then you mentioned your shirt with Harry. I guess Couch Views, what we see online, we're talking about a lot about that right now, but you've also delved into merchandise, which is also pretty unique. How do you want to see that evolve? Do you want to keep going down that path, or do you want to focus more on like the digital media part of your career with Couch View?
I also want to tag on that question because the merch was coming out rapid fire quick, which I was like so impressed by.
Yep.
So like when did you decide to even start making the merch too?
That's a great question. I guess we can go back to like the first product I sold, which is like introduced me to the whole world of e-commerce, because I didn't know anything about this before I started. But I got back from Europe in July, went and watched the tour, and I had been working with this photographer, Zach Williams. He's an Australian photographer who has just like the sickest shots of the peloton, and like he's always on the moto getting the shots of Tade and Jonas, you know, in the action. And I just messaged him on Instagram one day. We kind of have some mutual friends, so we had a bit of back and forth before then, but I was like, hey man, like I want to do some more infographic kind of editorial style posts for my page. Could I use some of your photos and shout you out? And he's like, yeah mate, like I love what you're doing, like go ahead, use any of my photos. So he sent me like his whole archive, like his whole Dropbox of every photo he's taken, so I could just search a rider, a date, a race, and grab that photo. And I got back from the tour and I was like, dude, these photos are sick. Like, would you be down to work on a book with me? Like if I just split the profits, I'll work on the design and the production of it all. Is it okay if we get your photos into the real world like this? And he said, absolutely. And so I spent the next like week just working on a photo book, couch book, for the Tour de France, using all of his photos, where I just kind of use my own graphics and then have descriptions of each stage, who won the stage, what happened, but kind of in a more like dry way. Like it's not like actually what happened, and just more like my synopsis of what happened on the race. And I launched that back in the end of August, the couch book, and it kind of, people like started buying it, and it was like the craziest feeling ever, like getting like Shopify notifications that people are like purchasing my product and they want it from far away, like like from all over the world.
Crazy places to say.
From the yeah, exactly. Far away lands.
The Dominican Republic.
Yeah. People were in like what country was it? It was like Uzbekistan or something. Someone tried to order one, but I can't ship there. And so like they messaged me on Instagram. They're like, it says it's sold out. I'm like, sorry, I don't have the structure to ship there yet. But so yeah, I thought it was kind of cool how people were like buying something that I made. And then a few, maybe a month later, I thought it'd be cool to have a Tadej Pogačar shirt because he's my favorite human being ever. But like I didn't want it just to say Tadej Pogačar because I don't know, I think that's lame, and also I don't think legally I can just use his name on a shirt. So there was this like meme going around in the Tour de France, people calling him Tadej Fakasha, and I really like that because Pogačar actually means Fakasha in Slovenian. And so I put that on the back of a shirt with one of Zach's photos of him going like this, and put couch shoe cycling kits on the front. Went through like 3 different suppliers to try to figure out the right blank, because I wanted something that people want to wear, not because they just want to support the channel and get a shirt that they throw in the back of their closet. You know, like I want it to be something that goes well with other clothing and something that's hip. And so yeah, I found this like super high quality website. Shout out Tap Stitch, because they're like the best and they ship all over the world. And so yeah, I designed the Tadej Fakasha shirt, and then that one I made like a reel about it. I was just like, all right, let me just like see what happens. It was stage 7 of the Tour de France when he did this pose on the podium, and so I had like Rob Hatch's audio, Tadej beating Jonas in like my Kachu style, and then it drops to that photo, and then the shirt comes up, and like overnight that video blew up, and I got like 150 orders for the shirt like in 2 days, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like people were stoked on this. And then I mean, after that, they like getting people's responses on Instagram, like, hey man, like this is like the best quality shirt. I love wearing your shirt. Like, when are you going to do a Wout shirt? When are you going to do a Jonas shirt? When are you going to do a Remco shirt? Like people just like kept on pestering me to do more and more shirts. And I was like, I don't have the time. But then like, I found the time because I quit my job.
Let me get back to you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So where are the shirts?
So they're all over. I mean, they're in 80 different countries now.
I don't know if we can talk about it, but you mentioned something about like legally you couldn't use Tadej's name.
Well, I don't know. I think there's a gray area.
Yeah. Has anything happened with these shirts at all?
We can cut this out, right? Yeah, so I made a Salt and Vingegaard shirt. So this was the initial. So I would say like the first idea for making a physical product wasn't the couch book. It was a set of water bottles that are shaped like Pringles cans, named after famous cyclists.
That wouldn't fit in my bottle cage.
A Pringles can?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have too small of a bike.
There.
Right, exactly. Because I was on a ride and I got Pringles at a gas station. I put it in there and I was like, this looks kind of cool. But it didn't fit, obviously, because, you know, it's Pringles. But I was like, if I could do water bottles with the Pringles-ish logo and then Salt and Vingegaard instead of salt and vinegar, That would be kind of cool. And then I thought of a few other ones like sour cream and only and cheddar ciccone. But I put them on shirts instead of water bottles. And then 3 days later, the legal team at Visma Lisa Bike reached out to me with a cease and desist saying that you can't use Mr. Vingegaard's name in anything.
And you're like, Salt and Vingegaard.
Yeah, I'm like, this is Salt and Vingegaard. That's not Jonas Vingegaard.
Pringles,
Yeah.
Pringles said it was fine.
Mr. Pringles was chill with it. So yeah, I when I launched the line, I called it not your average snack pack. I didn't actually say Peloton Pringles, which is what I initially wanted to call it, to avoid a cease and desist from Pringles. I didn't think I was going to get a cease and desist from Visma Lisa Bike, but I was kind of stoked because I'm like, oh, they're noticing this? Like, that's cool. And so, yeah, after that, I just took it off the website, and he's like, all right, good luck with your company. We wish you the best of luck. Because I was like, I didn't know that this was illegal. I thought it was parody, which is protected technically in the United States, but I think in Europe there's some different laws. So yeah, that's been the one issue that I've run into. But
what are we going to do about the Wout shirt? Because I would like a Wout shirt.
Well, I can't do Wout shirt. I have a Champs-Élysées hoodie with someone that resembles Wout on the back, but it's not Wout.
Name not on it.
Name not on it. Name nowhere to be found.
Okay, I mentioned.
It could be anyone who won on the Champs-Élysées.
What is it though about like using their name? Like, is it that they have full legal rights over their name?
Yeah, I think like the likeness to their name is protected in their contract, and so
like by Visma.
It sounded like it for Visma at least. I mean, I haven't heard anything from Tade's team because he's cool and wouldn't do that, you know. But Tade actually signed the Today Fakasha shirt, and he smiled when he saw it. So.
Wait, where did he get it?
So, great question. Some fan, I just get these videos all the time from people wearing my shirt, and this one guy was at the Andorra Classic at the end of the season where like all these big names were, and he saw Tade coming down after the race, and he was like holding up the Today Fakasha shirt, and he got him to sign it, and then he sent me a picture just with the signature on the shirt. I'm like, holy shit, dude, did you get this signed by Tade himself? He's like, yeah, and then sent me the video of him signing it. And I was like, no way, that's so sick. And he like laughed in the video, and I was like, this is a dream, you know? So yeah, he seemed to dig it. Jonas, his team didn't seem to like the Salt and Vingegaard shirt though. But
I think we know where the favoritism lays, but what's the end game for Couch View?
Well,
what's the goal?
We have a calendar coming out December 1st. With all of the World Tour races populated and different pictures from Zach. So I think like doing more print publications like that, like more books next season, maybe having like a quarterly magazine that I can release, I think would be kind of cool. Calendar, doing more like Couch View branded specific shirts. So like, I think I've gotten to a point where the brand itself kind of speaks for itself, and I don't need like the images of pro cyclists on there. I can just have my own logos and my own thing going on. And so yeah, some like staple shirts would be cool. But I mean, the plan for next year is just to kind of like run with making videos, because that's my bread and butter, you know, like that's what put me on the map in the first place. So make more videos, work more closely with athletes, and then hopefully down the line, like maybe get hired by some teams to do more like more content for them moving forward. That would be the dream, you know, at the end of the day. But right now I'm just having fun being unemployed, and so I'm just gonna do it as long as I can.
Beautiful. I have some like rapid fire questions too.
Perfect. I have some rapid fire answers.
All right. Given that you're like expert on couches at this point, can you like rate this couch and then like just like give us a reason why?
Yeah, this is like an L-shaped. I like the blue. It's nice.
Like out of 10?
It's really, it's like the perfect amount of like worked inness where you don't feel like you're sinking into the couch, but you're not stiff. Mm-hmm. I give it like a 9.2. I think like it could be a little bit longer coming out for my legs because I have long legs, but
you do have long legs.
I do. Very short torso. Yeah. Like a dinosaur.
Favorite dinosaur?
Oh, yeah, pterodactyl.
Okay, great. They don't have long legs, but we'll like
they have long wings.
Ignore.
I just wanted to fly.
My next question.
Yes, I would be a bird for a day if I could be any animal.
Anyways, your music is a super important part of your reels.
That's great.
What is like one rider in the pro peloton that you would want to start a Spotify jam with, and what are you guys listening to?
Whoa, that's a great question. Shit.
I should have probably told you before so you could think.
Dude, I bet Remco's got some really cool like Belgian beats on his phone, and so I would go into a Spotify jam with him. He was on stage with Average Rob at the end of the Vuelta 2 years ago, and Average Rob was like a really popular Belgian DJ, and Remco was like going crazy up there, so I think that would be cool. I don't want to say the obvious answer of Tade because like I'm sure his music does slap, and he was actually...
What are you listening to, you and Tade?
Probably some Sheryl Crow.
Whoa.
Some Sarah McLachlan. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's crying to me, and like he's in my arms and stuff.
Why is he crying to you?
Because he just won his 5th Tour de France, and he might hang up his boots.
Really? Wow.
I saw it in a dream once. I don't know if it's happening.
Now I know you dream about him. Okay, you get invited.
Who do you dream about?
Can't. It's very... Like the Instagram reels you see late at night, that's what it's like.
Oh, yeah. Dancing rats with top hats on at the disco club.
Anyways, you get invited to a team's winter training camp.
Oh.
Which team's camp, and where are you guys going?
Oh, I get to decide? Mm-hmm. Sick question. Is it like a current team, like right now?
Yeah, right now team.
Okay.
You can decide everything.
Yeah. Oh, well, I would probably pick EF. They seem like just like the most fun group of people to be around. And I think we'd go to Mallorca. I went there once 2 years ago, and the riding is fantastic. And then it's like a real life Watopia out there. And so I would pick EF, go to Mallorca for the week, and then have paella and tapas every night.
Well, and then, I mean, like, what's your cycling story? Like, how did you get into it?
Oh, me? Oh, that's a great question. I got into cycling during the pandemic. I think a lot of people did. I was living in an apartment just out of college, and I needed an outlet to kind of stretch my legs. Nothing was really happening, and there was a Peloton bike in my gym. And so I got on there one day and started taking some Power Zone classes with Matt Wilpers. And I was like, this is fucking fun, dude. I wasn't even following any of the class. I was just like looking at the leaderboard on the side, and it was like, how many watts can I do to get to the top? And so I started doing that.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Whoever this guy is, stop.
It's like a Black Mirror episode. He's like, Ansel, I'm watching you. Tone down the watts. And so, yeah, I would just be covered in a pool of sweat. And I was like, I need to take this outside. And so...
Just because of the sweat, though. Not like you just need to
yeah.
I need to... Embarrassing.
Yeah.
I need to go home.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a slip inside after that. But in Minnesota, you can only bike for like 5 months of the year. And so it was winter going into 2021. And the sun came out one day, and I went to my local bike shop and got a Specialized Ale and just started riding every single day because it was all I could do. So there's this like popular route from Minneapolis to Stillwater. It's 30 miles there, 30 miles back with, like 800 feet of elevation gain. And I was like, all right, I'm going to build up and do that someday. And
Wait, how far? What?
30 miles there, 30 miles back. Sophia, we can't all be professional cyclists here. So
Is it 80?
30 back, 30 there, 30 back.
Valid.
And I would go out there with a bag of almonds and just get hooked, like bonk, like there's no tomorrow.
Fuck almonds.
So like 3 times I'd have to get picked up because I was dying on the side of the road. But the 4th time when I finally finished it, I was like, damn, I feel like I'm on top of the world. And looking back on that, like 60 miles isn't that far, but at the time it was like going to the other side of the world. And so, yeah, basically started biking all the time, got embedded into like the race scene in Minnesota, which is not that big, but they have like a decent crit series where the Minnesota State Fair normally is. Like it's this like whole made up world, basically like Disneyland. So all the roads are closed off. So they had a weekly crit series that I started racing in and got connected to a bunch of people there. But it wasn't really until I moved to Seattle in 2022 that I like joined a team. Shout out Fount Cycling Guild. I got connected with some people over there and started doing more racing and like meeting more people and started like just like really, really making it my entire personality, so to speak. Like all my friends that I met in Seattle were like through cycling, like all of the, fun weekend activities were spent biking around. But the problem there is like, all right, October rolled around. I'm like, okay, it's raining all the day now. And so I would say when I moved to San Diego a couple years ago, that's when it just like skyrocketed, and it became something that I was like passionate about creating content around. So taking photos, taking videos of my friends, it was like a brand new medium for me because I'd always been into street photography. And so being able to carry my camera on bike rides and get all the homies, I thought was a really cool outlet for me. And I raced a little bit last year here and there, but like I got up to Cat 1 in America and I was just getting shot out the back every race. I was like finishing 40th, and I'm like, I don't really have like the drive to be the best cyclist in the world because I'm never going to be the best cyclist. I think I much prefer watching cycling and like being part of the culture in a more like recreational way. And so I still love racing my friends on Thursday nights at Best Pizza, but like I don't think I'll ever go back to like having a very strict training regimen and racing all the time, but it's still very much part of my life and I love it more than anything.
What was it that brought you to San Diego? Was it cycling or job or Apple?
All three, actually. I was working at Indeed, the job search website in Seattle, going into an office there, and I wanted something warmer. So I started applying to jobs in San Diego, and Apple had just opened up a brand new office. And so I sent like maybe half a dozen applications to different teams down here, and I got picked up by one. And I actually was in the interview process as I was moving down here because I already decided like San Diego is where I want to be. And so I didn't have a job when I first moved here, but luckily I got the job right afterwards. And actually a week after I got my offer letter, my recruiter got fired, like who got me along. I saw on LinkedIn, he's looking for other jobs. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Radio silence for a week. I'm like, I just got this new lease. Like I got a new car. I'm in San Diego with no job. Luckily enough, it came through the next week and I started, my 2.5 years at Apple, at that point, but.
Well, and then you decided to quit.
I did.
Like, what was it about Couchview that was like taking off enough that you were like, okay, I'm ready to quit my job? Or was it kind of just like a lot of different things aligning?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think there wasn't necessarily a point where I was like, oh, I can quit my job comfortably. It was more like the timing was right with other financial obligations that I had and opportunities where I was like, okay, I sold a decent amount of this book. I sold a decent amount of Today of Akasha. This isn't enough to live on by any means, but it's like, I have a decent amount saved up. Now is the time because frankly, like I felt like I was pretending to be passionate about the work I was doing there and I couldn't do that any longer. And so I had been telling Sofia probably for like 1.5 years, like, yeah, I want to leave. She was always like, yeah, leave, like quit, join. It's so fun. Yeah. She was the only person in my corner. Like my parents were like, no, like you get great benefits. They're like your 401k, your healthcare, like you don't want to leave that. Like people would die to work at Apple. And I'm like, I'm going to die if I stay at Apple, dog. So I
call it enabler.
Yeah, but it's a good kind of enabler. And so I actually, funny story, this is how it all went down. But last month I was in Japan for literally just a couple of days, working on this like photo shoot with a friend. And I got back on the flight. I had just like some sort of epiphany where I was like, you know what, I can quit. Like, I don't have to just like prolong this and try to do both Couchview and Apple at the same time. Like I have enough saved. So I got back on that Tuesday and told my manager, like, it was my first time quitting a job in person. So it was very nerve wracking, but yeah, I just gave him like a rundown of like the stuff that I was working on behind the scenes, like the stuff that I'm passionate about. And I thought he was going to be like annoyed that I want to leave, but he told me like one of the best things ever. He was basically, Ansel, let me take my manager's hat off for a sec. Let me put my friend's hat on.
What did the hat look like?
It was like this cool little like beret off to the side with a bell. I don't know. It was wild, but I'm like, that's a friend hat. And he was like, Ansel, like you have no obligations. Like you don't have a house, you don't have a family. Like you have the freedom to do this. And if I was in your shoes, I would do the exact same thing. So I'm like proud of you. You'll always have a place on our team if you ever want to come back. Like we're sad you're leaving, but like be proud of the work that you did. And so that was kind of like, it gave me a little bit of goosebumps because I was so fucking nervous that he was going to be mad at me. And I told my team and they were all shocked, which I was like,
you were doing a really good job of pretending to enjoy the work at Apple.
Yeah.
This guy loved the volume up button.
Exactly.
He's using it all the time.
Yeah. People are turning their volume up every day. So yeah. So I don't think like in anything in life, I don't think like the timing will ever be 100% perfect, but I just know that I would regret not doing this 5 years down the line. And so yeah, I pulled the trigger and yeah.
What advice do you have to someone who is in a similar situation? Not necessarily they want to quit their job. Maybe they want to be a professional cyclist and race, or, how are you going to enable the next person?
Well, I want to say just follow your dreams and do whatever it takes to get to that point. But I think follow your dreams within a, follow your dreams responsibly. Yeah.
Okay. You guys were both you were following the tour together, right?
Yeah, we did that.
Was okay.
Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw me on that stage 18 at the top in the yellow jersey. That was not Tade. That was Sofia and Ansel.
Years of you guys followed it.
Okay, just two, and I'm a little bit upset because Ansel is telling me his schedule for this year, and he's trying to leave it off the schedule.
Because I have a wedding on July 18th, which is the Queen stage on Alpe d'Huez next year, and so I don't know if I'm going to be on the tour next year, but we've gone 2 years now.
We might pivot and hit the ladies tour.
Yeah, the Femmes, beginning of August, which I think is more important.
Yes, so we need to go do that. Where else?
Are you going to be out there?
TBD.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
You'll always have a spot on the couch, dog. I'm telling you.
It's next year's looking overwhelming thus far. Wait, when is it? Is it end of July?
It's the entire July.
The men's?
No, men's, but it's like, okay, I think it's possible to do that. We have a wedding the very end of July.
Same wedding.
To move their way.
I was shocked that Ryan planned his wedding on the
trust me,
stage.
it was in the works.
Yeah.
There's only one queen in my eyes.
But
just move your wedding to Alpe d'Huez.
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, I hope to see you out there.
I know. It's on there. It's hypothetical.
So yeah, we've gone the last 2 years though. Like the first year was so fun because the final 3 stages of the 2024 Tour de France were all in and around Nice in the south of France, and so all the homies just got like a big Airbnb, and like we just like fucked around for 5 days in Nice and got to watch one of the mountain stages. We biked out there and saw all the boys come up the hill way faster than us, and then the second day was the time trial. So like they had to move the final stage to Nice because of the Olympics last year, and so they had time trial down like the main drag in Nice, whatever you call that, the promenade or whatever, and it was like the main drag. Yeah, whatever they call it these days. So yeah, I just remember like sipping Aperol spritzes on the side with everyone, and like, I mean, it was probably like 15 of us or something like that. It was crazy. Like all the San Diego homies in France for this race. It was like a dream come true, honestly.
Then this year we were in La Planche, and
I think that's
Le Plan, and then what was the day before?
Baby icon.
What was the day before?
We were at Courchevel.
Courchevel.
For the Col de la Loze stage.
And we biked stage 19, but on the Courchevel stage, I remember Ansel was like, I need to look into Tade's eyes, and his brakes were like closed on his bike, so he had to do about like 400 watts, and he was like not waiting for any of us, and he was not gonna stop, but he was like fucking determined.
I sent my 20-minute power PR trying to catch up to Tade that day.
Yeah, we were there with plenty of time to spare.
Yeah, it was fine. But hey, bygones be bygones. I got to see Tade stage 18 and 19. It was sick. And then, yeah, like Sophia had mentioned, we did this ride with ASOS where we rode from Albertville to La Plagne, which was stage 19 a few days before.
We did the whole stage before they started to cull the herd.
Yeah.
Cull the herd, cull the stage. We did the whole thing.
Yeah. Maybe let's give some some context here.
Oh.
What does it mean to cull the herd?
What does it mean to cull the herd? Like, some of them aren't going to make it.
That's facts. So yeah, actually, come stage 19 in the real Tour de France, they had to shorten the stage by like 30 kilometers or 40 kilometers and cut out 2 climbs because there was this mad cow disease going around, and they had to like kill a lot of cows, unfortunately.
The mad cow disease happened after we were there.
Yeah. So I thought I saw you kiss one of the cows.
Makes me wonder.
What happened?
I was vegetarian at that point, so I wasn't.
That's right.
Yeah. It was probably you.
No, maybe.
And then La Planche was great. La Planche, whatever.
Yeah.
Was great because it was pouring rain.
It was great. It was pouring rain, freezing cold. It was awesome.
So stoked to be there. I think we rode the climb like 3 times, because if you ride a climb during the tour, everyone's already there waiting, and it's like they're cheering for you when you're riding it. and we were just like, the vibes were high, but the caravan and the tour is like 1 hour long, like from the first bus to the Peloton pretty much, and we were like just so pumped. Like by the time the first car came by, the energy level was at like 1,000. Yeah. And we just kept like, we were so excited, and then I feel like we kind of were like dying with
right before the riders came. Yeah.
So tired because we were just had so much energy and we were going crazy.
It's like shampoo companies coming through. Chupa Chup is throwing sticks. Stalkers, yeah.
We're screaming, we're like shaking our hair, we're
soaking
wet already, and then like 15 minutes before the riders were like dizzy. We're like, oh my god, what have we done?
I think it was like Tiemann Arnsman from Ineos. He was coming up the hill, and I like didn't even realize what was happening at that point. I was like, wait, there's a bike race happening today? I thought it was a parade. So
yeah, it was great. I hope we get to share that again. I want to do it forever.
Yeah. Forever. Tell us, so then the day after that, what happened in our Airbnb? We
You want to talk about squatting on the podcast?
Did we have to squat for a night?
We did.
Yeah, because apparently the whole city shuts down when the Tour de France is coming through, so there was no one working at this facility, wherever we were staying. So we did try to go and like extend our stay by one night because everything was so wet and we were all very hungover from the day and no one was there. So we just stayed an extra night and left the next day.
Squatting in France.
It is an operation, dude. Seeing all of the buses and team cars and soigneurs and media exit a mountain town where the only way out is down the hill is a sight to behold. It was like 3-hour line.
It was another parade. Not as enthusiastic.
No. Yeah.
And then we were like walking around that night and it was just like the vibes had just settled in and there was still like the fresh paint from everyone's name on the side of the hill and then just us. And then also paint buckets. So we might have asked.
Yeah, your name might still be on the plane.
Yeah, but it was just like we were there when they built it up and when they tore it down, and I feel like it was a beautiful experience. I think a lot of people like discount the beauty of watching a bike race, but it's just like something that you have to put on your bucket list and do because the emotions around it are just spectacular. Maybe football fans feel like that, but that's never going to be me. So
no. I think the beautiful thing about cycling is that it's for everyone because you don't have to pay a ticket to go see it. And you can just, for some people, literally go down your driveway and the coolest bike race in the world comes by. And I think there is, like you said, like there's nothing else in the world like watching professional cycling. It's like so sick. And I think that it all goes back to why I love doing couch so much. It's because I love the sport and I love the culture around it and the people who are into it make it so worth it.
And you capture a little bit of that with your 30-second clips.
I try to, doing my part.
Take those 30 seconds, multiply it by 100.
Yeah.
And that's 1 hour at the Tour de France.
What have been some technical difficulties that you've run into with Couchview? Like you were saying, we were talking about the issues with printing.
Oh, yeah.
And what are some of the things that people like aren't seeing behind the scenes?
Okay, well, one thing is I'm not Amazon. And so a lot of like people from Europe will message me 3 days after they ordered their product and they're like, why isn't it here yet? And I'm like, well, I'm just one guy. So it takes like 7 to 10 days, not 2 hours, unfortunately. So I think like conveying the message to people that like, it's just me. Like everyone always sends me emails saying like, hey team, hey guys, like, hey crew, waiting for my product. And I'm like, it's just me. You know what I mean? Like I'm just one guy. I'm just a boy. Also the, diversity of my audience is amazing, but people message me in all different languages. I think a lot of people think I'm German because I use so much German music, and so
surprise.
So they'll message me in German. I'll translate the message, type out my response, and then translate it back to German and send them that to, not give up the illusion. So
you think they wouldn't be fans if they didn't know?
I don't know. I just think like if something is in their own culture, they might trust it more. So learning stuff like that, I think like to gain the trust of customers has been an interesting journey. But going back to your point about like some technical difficulties, I think with the couch book, that was like a huge learning opportunity for me because I just assumed that this company would be fine distributing the book anywhere because that's what it says on their website. But if you read the fine print, it didn't really integrate well with Shopify. And so I got a lot of orders from people who I couldn't ship it directly to. And so I had to go in and order a book for each individual person, which took like 8 hours. Cause like I basically had to like simulate I'm them buying the book on the website that I printed it on. And then basically just like dealing with third-party distributors, shipping errors, like if something gets lost in another country, it's like I just basically trigger a replacement order for them and try to trust that it's going to find its way to some like niche villages in the south of France. You know what I mean? Like addresses in different countries are crazy. I'm not used to. So yeah, I think like the biggest technical difficulty for me is like being my own customer service representative. You know, I've never really been in a position like that. So like learning how to like understand people's problems and like tell them I understand them and then give them a solution by usually just giving them a free shirt. That usually people seem stoked on that. So yeah, if like they have any issues, I'm just like, here, take a Today Fakasha shirt or a Planet Pitcock shirt or whatever.
Well, and with the shirts and sweatshirts, are you like hand shipping all of those? Or
No.
Is it also a distributor? Is TapStitch a distributor in and of itself?
It is, yeah. So it's all
That's a really good hack.
it's all drop shipped for me. Like I hold no inventory at my place. I basically plug in the address to TapStitch and then they send it out. And they have fulfillment in LA and UK and Australia. So like all over.
The big three.
The big three. Yeah, the only countries that matter really. I'm joking. Dude, I love Germany. So yeah, that's been pretty seamless. They're a great company to work with. But yeah, no, I don't hold any inventory, which is nice. I mean, I did hold books like to sell to like friends and family and stuff. Like I get a little bit more than just stuff for myself so that I can give it out. Like just last night we were at a run club and one of the prizes I gave away was a Couch View gift card. And so like I had some product for them to see and touch and feel and stuff like that. And, so yeah, I think like going in to next year, I want to like try to do some more brick and mortar activities. So I have like this is like a soft launch, a trivia night coming up in January, early January.
Is this in San Diego?
It'll be in LA.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're in town, it'll be at the Map Lab in LA. But basically, it'll be like a night full of fun cycling trivia questions, which it will be like multimedia trivia. So we'll get some videos from like pro cyclists asking questions. I'll have some like raw audio clips. I'll have people guess the stage, or like it'll be silhouettes of people celebrating Tell Me the Athlete. Hopefully Sofia can help MC that.
I love trivia.
She loves trivia and she loves public speaking.
Love trivia and I love getting mic'd up.
Exactly.
You're Sofia. What do you spend your time doing?
Like
Trivia and getting mic'd up.
the best of both worlds. And so I'll have a little pop-up shop there too. So I think that'll be kind of fun. Cause it's cool having a global audience, but it's also annoying because it's like, I'm only friends with them on Instagram. So it's like, I want to meet some more people in real life. And, hopefully I can do that when I'm in Australia in January and then in Europe in the spring.
How is MAP affiliated with this too?
They are not really. I just have some relationships with them there on like a personal level. And so I reached out to someone that I know there and I thought the Map Lab, which is this new brick and mortar map shop in Venice, would be kind of a perfect spot for it. So yeah, they're not necessarily officially sponsoring the channel in any way, but they're a friend of the channel for sure.
Well, and with like Zach's photos and everything too, have you guys met? Did you like cross paths?
Never.
Never?
He's probably, I would say Zach is probably one of my like closest digital friends.
Okay.
Because we've never met in real life, but I feel like I know a lot about him. Like we talk all the time.
Yeah.
But in Australia, I'm definitely going to meet up with him there because
Okay.
I don't know if you know about the Tour Down Under, but it's like 7 straight days of partying basically because the race starts in like cities outside of Adelaide. So like you can just stay in Adelaide for the whole week and go see every single stage. And so it's just like a whole party in Adelaide all week. So I'm really excited for that because Zach's going to be there.
Ride the Tour Down Under?
I didn't ride it, but I went in 2019. And
Yeah.
I can agree. It was 7 straight days of partying. Definitely a different vibe to any other race I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to go.
You should come.
I heard flights were only $40.
They are. Yeah, they're running a Couch View special deal.
Amazing.
Friends of the pod.
Friends
$40 a night.
$40 tickets.
It's crazy. I know.
No, it's a good time. And it's super casual. The cool thing is it's like it's the beginning of the year, so the riders will like go on the group rides in Adelaide.
Yeah.
So it'll be like ride with UAE and then you actually ride with UAE. So you're gonna meet him.
I hope. Yeah. But he's been great. No, I mean, I think his stuff is...
No, not Zach. I was talking about Tade.
Oh, you think Tade? You think Tade will be... No way, Tade.
He's like, this year...
He's not going to be there.
He's winning everything. Yeah, I'm going to do all of them.
Yeah.
Contractually, he has to be on like one group ride a year.
Yeah, but he's not going to race the Tour Down Under.
Yeah, he won't be there. Yeah.
Say it on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a race. The development.
But Isaac Del Toro will be there hopefully, and he's my second favorite cyclist. So,
what is like so far like the coolest interaction that a pro cyclist has had with your media? It's you. That means the most.
I saw Tade viewed my story once. That was cool. Like, you can like see who looked at your story. Like,
did you get like a tingle?
I did. I mean, it was the video of him signing it. I was like, oh, maybe that's cool. But I think like just the amount of like, I think during the Tour de France specifically is kind of where everything kind of accelerated because it's such a global event and like people who aren't even cycling fans watch the Tour de France. That's when like a lot of other pros started following my account, and it's crazy seeing like Ben Healy, like someone I made a video about, then go and follow me after that and like comment and like on it and stuff like that. It's just like wild that he's seeing it. And never in a million years I would think that like the stuff that I'm working on would be seen by the people that I'm making it about. But that's
making?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. But so yeah, that's been good.
Derailing you, I'm so sorry.
No, keep going. I think, yeah, like talking with Harry Sweeney too a lot too, because like we're just like homies now. It's like we chat on WhatsApp all the time, and I think that's been a cool experience for sure.
What race are you looking forward to the most next year?
Flanders.
Why?
I love everything Flemish, like everything from their flag design to frites to like the cobbles to the climbs to the Cormont to the church at the top, the little chapel. It's like a religion there, and nobody really. April in Belgium is very wet. And so like I feel like a lot of people who are just kind of casual cycling fans don't necessarily see it as like an A event they want to go watch. They go to the Tour de France, they go to the Vuelta, whatever. I want to go to those races. Those are what I'm most excited for. Like sitting on the Koppenberg where it's 22% and riders are getting out of their bikes because it's too steep that they have to walk up it. Like I want to see that in real life. And I would say I'm definitely most excited for Flanders because that's like the first professional race I actually watched on TV when I was first getting into cycling. It was 2021, the year that Van der Poel won. It was like, wow, Alaphilippe and Van der Poel off the front. Alaphilippe hit a moto bike and crashed. And then Van der Poel dropped Wout and won. And I was like, this is so gnarly. It was raining. It was cool. And so, yeah. I'm stoked for that. I mean, Paris-Roubaix is going to be cool too, but it's so flat that like, where am I going to go, But I don't know. I'm excited for dude, Amstel Gold is going to be sick too.
So all of them.
All of them. I mean.
So you've narrowed it down to all of them.
Look at Flanders. Rondeval and Vlaanderen, for sure. Yeah.
Let the Belgies know. You want to go out and watch the race with some hardos.
I do, and I want to interview them. I want to see what they have to.
What gets them out in the cold? You're like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Little psychological.
Tell me about your childhood. Why are you the way you are? Why are you screaming at men in Lycra in the rain Saturday evening?
I'm gonna be more like you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm stoked for it. Should be cool.
Gracie, any wrapping up questions?
Wrapping up questions. I feel like I was kind of gonna ask that too. Of like, okay, besides just the racing, like what else are you excited for next year? Like you have so much time. Like
freedom.
Also, like what is like a day-to-day look like for you right now?
Oh, that's a great question.
What is the pie chart looking like between like 8 a.m.
to 12 p.m. wake up?
Yeah, I mean, all my me and my two other roommates, we're all doing our own thing for fun, and so like we don't have typical corporate 9-to-5 jobs anymore. And so, yeah, basically we hang out all night, we hang out all morning, we hang out all day. But in reality though, it's been nice. Like I'll wake up and like, it was a little bit overwhelming the first week. I was like, I can do anything. So how do I pick one thing to do? It's like, I can go to Alaska if I want. I got no structure. So it's been nice. Like I'll make like a breakfast, go ride my bike anywhere from like 2 to 6 hours on a Tuesday if I want, and then come home. It's been a little bit interesting in the off season, like keeping up a content calendar because there's no actual bike racing going on right now. So I've been doing some like
cyclocross people would argue with you.
That's a great segue. I started watching cyclocross this off season. So I did the Koppenberg cross and then, I'm like learning this whole world. There's this whole series of cyclocross races in Belgium going on right now that's sponsored by a bathroom company, called like Bakermat or something like that. So I've been watching some of those, making edits. And then like doing more merch, but it's been pretty unorganized, to be honest. I'm still getting the hang of it, but I'm taking it day by day and just kind of enjoying the process as we go along. I think the biggest mindset change that I've had to instill is that like this isn't just a hobby anymore. Like when I had a full-time job, like this was just something I did for fun when I got home from work. Now it's like this is my career in a way. And so like how can I have it more structured where like, so I created like a Trello board for myself, or like, you know, like how can I be my own project manager and stay on top of things like finances, opening up business accounts, maintaining like a good customer service relationship with my fan base and stuff like that. And so, yeah, just trying to be very cognizant about how much time I'm spending working on it, because it could be a slippery slope. Like I could just fuck around and do nothing. But I think like at the end of the day, I just love making the videos. So yeah, I mean, I try to stay busy. Mm-hmm. Bless you.
Okay, and then, yeah, looking forward to next year, not race things that you're excited about.
Yeah. Ooh. Let me think. Just traveling more. So like when we go to Europe for the races, James and I are gonna go and do some bike touring along the way. So like ideally the plan is to go from like Siena to Nice on a bike trip. So like spend a week kind of exploring and seeing some new roads and spending a lot of time biking. And I want to get more into street photography. That's like another thing that's been big on my docket, because that used to be a big passion of mine. Spending more time like just with like friends and family. My parents live in Arizona, and when I was working full time, I would see them like once a year, and they live 6 hours away. So now I've just been going like for a few days at a time. It was my mom's birthday like 2 weeks ago, and so I just drove there and saw them and came back and didn't have to worry about an office to go into. And so, yeah, I think just like spending more time with the people that I care about is my biggest prerogative for next year, because I felt like maybe working full time, you kind of neglect some relationships. And so, yeah, traveling back to Minnesota or to Seattle or to Boston to visit my brother is some things that I'm looking forward to for next year for sure.
Amazing. And then do you have any words of wisdom to leave people on today?
To what?
To leave people
Oh, to leave people on today?
What's the smartest thing you can think of saying right now? Like your tombstone. He said this. It's in quotes.
Follow your dreams responsibly.
Yeah.
That's good. And then actually one more question.
Yeah.
Any other like pieces of content or brands or creators that like you've been psyched on seeing?
What was the name of that account that I was just looking at last night, where they were doing the one challenge after another videos? It was okay. So it was this creator that I found the other night, and he does basically what I do, but with physical collages. So like he'll print out maybe like 10 seconds of a scene from a movie, and then he'll like cut them out and then like draw animations over it, take pictures of them, scan them, and then like upload it into a video. And it's like, that medium is sick. Like mixing the physical and digital world, I think is really interesting. That I'm like, how can I mimic that in a way? Mm-hmm. So that's something I'm super stoked to see more of.
Amazing. Yeah. Beautiful. Well, I think we can kind of end it there.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night, San Diego. Thank you for having me on. This is sick.
Thanks for doing this. Thanks so much for listening in today. I hope that you enjoyed the episode. To stay up to date on all things Wander, we are Wander Studios on Instagram, and Couchview is Couchview on Instagram. So I hope that everyone has a lovely rest of their week.